What's going on, everybody? This is Saber4, and I have the Single Strike Master set here. We reviewed the Rapid Strike Japanese set yesterday, and now I guess we're going to cover the other half. These two sets, they're going to be combined to give us the Battle Styles, our English set, coming in March 17th. I said March 3rd yesterday, but that was wrong. So I think it's March 17th. Anyway, I don't know if they're going to bundle any other promos or any other special sets in there, but we're definitely getting these two sets over there. So let's go ahead and look at the cards. I wasn't very impressed yesterday. I was very underwhelmed by that set and very frustrated looking at some of the cards. So hopefully they sort of redeem themselves today. We're off to a decent start, I guess. Cacnea and Cacturn, some of my favorite grass Pokemon. So let's look at what you guys do. This guy doesn't do anything special, but looks cool on the sand. It's actually a nice background, even if it looks simplistic. Doesn't do anything but 70 HP, just regular basic. Okay, it all depends on if Cacturn is going to be good. So what do you do? 120 HP stage 1, and you can do pull. Switch your opponent's active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. Already, they're trying to irritate me. It's fine to have a sort of pulling attack that you get to choose what you want to pull, but it should have been doing a little bit of damage too. I mean, even the one in like Crimson Invasion, that Cacturn could do that, and it actually did a decent amount too for 2 energies, so that's annoying. And a Crying Punch, it's going to do 60 for 2, and if this Pokemon has any Darkness energy attached, this attack does 70 more damage. So essentially, if you have a 1 Darkness and 1 Grass, I guess to meet the attack, you're doing 130 for 2. It's not great. It's not great, and you know what sort of combination? He's not like it's not like he's dark. You can use Dark Patch too. Man, I really miss the dual type Pokemon in like Gen 3, where you could have Pokemon that were 2 types, like Metagross being Psychic and Metal, and you know the Delta Species Pokemon, and would it kill them to bring that back? I mean, it's not like it's gonna make the game super complicated and advanced if some Pokemon have 2 types. It makes it more interesting. But it looks like it's not going to be the case. This isn't a very special card, once again. And it's not going to do anything. Okay. And we got Durant. And this guy is 90 HP basic. 1 retreat. Vice Grip, 20 for 1. And then Devour. For each of your Durant and play, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Wow. I guess they're bringing back the Devour. Durant. This was originally a black and white attack. It was a black and white Durant that did this, became competitive for a while. Even Jason Klasinski used it, sad but true, and eventually it faded away. Some people still try to use it and expand it and annoy people like me, but anyways, it's not one of the worst deck out decks. There's been definitely worse, and there's ways to play around it. But it looks like it's coming back. It requires a 2 colorless energy to use it. So I guess in standard people can use anyway, I'm not going to use it, twin energy. So yeah, the crazy part is though, is that, I mean, okay, yeah, it's Durant, so yeah, it's a grass dude, the other one was metal. I got a bit confused there. Yeah, you can't use all 8 in the deck, but you can use this dude, I guess. So it's crap that they're bringing this back, but whatever. Anyway, doesn't really interest me. We got a Vivillon line here. Scatterbug and Spewbot. Let's look at you. Surprise attack. Tail's done nothing. 40 HP. Not great. And then Spewbot. Forest Compass. Heal 40 damage from this Pokemon. And then Bug Bite. Underwhelming. What the hell is with this 80 HP and 3 retreat? Did it really need that? 3 retreat anyway. And then Vivillon. I already know I'm in for a treat when I look at this. And when I say this very sarcastically. A stage 2 with 120 120 freaking HP. Dude, is this like Gen 3 or Gen 4? Because that's where stage 2s of 120 HP belong, really. And even in Gen 4, that was sort of pushing it, you could say. Pokemon that had that sort of HP usually had other broken things. Usually, not always. So I don't know what is up with them. Is like they make these cards deliberately to be bad. Deliberately to take up space and be filler. I mean, what the hell? Like, Pokemon that are gonna have this low HP, like, you know what? I've said this before. These sort of flyers, like Butterfly in this case, I guess, but in the case of Villain, what it should have had like 140 HP and then free retreat. That's like the minimum I'm gonna accept for decent stats for a Pokemon, like a stage 2. And anyway, you look at the Gust attack, that's useless too, 90 for 3. Absolutely not gonna do anything. And then Vital Powder, heal all damage from 2 of your benched Pokemon. It's still not gonna be good enough either. You know, you're gonna get this Pokemon out to try and mass heal 2 of your bigger guys, I guess. But there's so many better, like, effective ways to do heal. And especially from, like, the other set, Rapid Strike Master, Cheryl, that basically is gonna mass heal all evolved Pokemon. So if you were going to try to use this to heal VMAX Pokemon, you know, get that sort of plus, once again, it's outclassed. So, very, very sad. Very, very disappointing once again. More filler cards. We got Flapple V and Flapple V Max. I bet you this guy might be good, because that's all I care about, making these special cards good. But we'll see. So, 190 HP, 1 retreat. And it's got Sour Spit during your opponent's next turn. Defending Pokemon's attack cost 2 more. Good effect, that's for sure. Does 1 for 20, and it's going to give that very annoying effect. And it's not just 1 colorless, it's 2 colorless. Or maybe there's a mistake. There's like 2 on the Cerebi translation here, but I can see 1 in the Japanese text. Then again, it has 2 later on, the number 2. So I'm guessing the translation is correct, but either way, it's a good effect. Wing attack, 120 for 3. It's not going to win any awards, but there's the VMAX too, of course. So, I mean, the first attack is good. Let's check out the VMAX. Flapple VMAX. But wait a minute, this is yeah, like, I know there's 2 forms for Flapple. The one that's like the flying dude, flying apple dude. And the other dude that's on the ground, like a little tank. Looks like they used the flyer for the V and then the other one for the VMAX. Okay. But anyway, it's got 320 HP. Typical bottom stats, weakness to fire. 3 retreat is big. G-Max Rollin'. It's 250 for 3, and this attack does 10 less damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Now, we've seen attacks like this before, or like stage 2s. They don't do that much damage in the first place, and then they have this annoying limitation. But on a Pokemon like this, I mean, it's still probably not going to be that good, but maybe you can do something with it. 250 is a respectable amount. It's not going to get one-hit knockouts, but on VMAXs anyway, but it's going to take care of like everybody else, I guess. So since this dude is grass, obviously what you can do is try and keep him healed, and if you do that, he's going to do a lot of damage. Even if you don't do like 250, if you can do like maybe 220 every turn, that should still be good. It's still going to kill a lot of key V Pokemon. The sad thing about it is, though, is that Zacian V, he has resistance to grass, so like this guy won't be able to one-hit KO him. You gotta do like, yeah, you gotta be doing 250 100%. So then with the resistance is minus 30, 220, then you get the KO. So that's the only way. But I mean, will you effectively be able to keep him healed all the time? I don't think so. You know, once they do like even just like 80 damage on it, the attack becomes trash. So it's not that good, I'd say. Yeah. But anyway, this is what we got. So I guess maybe they're trying to make everything bad. I don't know. I mean, Rapid Strike Master did have a few Vs like Necrozma and maybe the Corviknight was okay, you know, Victini's, and the Urshifu was good with the support it's going to have. These guys aren't good so far. Got Entei. Heat Dash, you may attach a fire energy from your hand to this Pokemon. It's from the hand, and it's only on this guy. I wish it was on any Pokemon on the bench too. Like the Moltres we got a few sets ago. Not a few sets ago, but it was in the Sun and Moon era. Like Unbroken Bonds or something, I don't remember. We got Firefang next, 90 and then instant burn. So that's like what, 110? And if the burn stays, more damage. Not that good. There's better fire Pokemon, I would say. Like regular fire Pokemon. I'm not feeling any of these Pokemon. I don't think it's just me. I think they're deliberately... They're making them weaker. Like, I don't know. We got an Emboar line too, which is cool. And it says Ichigi. Ichigeki. Yeah, so it's single. That's definitely means the single strike. So he's going to be part of that other archetype, I guess we're going to get here. Rapid Strike and Single Strike. Okay, that's cool, that's cool. Pignite. I was eating a lot of shit there. Getting fat. Reminded me of Monkey D. Luffy now, but anyway. What about Emboar? That's the main attraction here. So he's got 180 HP, so at least he's got that going for him. I mean, thank God, because like the black and white one had 150. Heat Crash, 130 for 4. That's very weak, but let's see what the ability does. So Fighting Fury stance. Your single strike Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Now, this is a good ability to have. I guess they made this guy to be used as a support Pokemon. And it doesn't say he can't get the effect, so I guess your Heat Crash is doing 160 for 4. It's still not great. But it does stack. I mean, it doesn't say it doesn't stack. He's a stage 2, so, I mean, by the time you are able to get like 2 or 3 out to really take advantage of the damage, you're probably going to be losing. But, I mean, if you can do it, it's definitely going to add up. Even with 2 out, like doing 190 for 4, it's just not good enough, but at least it's kind of respectable. My guess is there's probably some other Pokemon that this guy is supposed to help. Like maybe the Urshifu in this set, like the single strike dude. I'm sure it must be in there. But he's a stage 2, I mean, it would have been better if they gave this ability to like a basic or a stage 1. And it gave only like 20 plus. Yeah, because then you don't have to worry about the rare candies. You can just run a stage 1 line. Kind of like Altaria, you know? So, okay. We'll take it, I guess. And we got Salandit and Salazzle. They really have been shitting these guys out, like lots of Salazzle cards. You got Call Sign, search your deck for Pokemon, put it into your hand. Poor searching attack, but whatever. The art kind of looks like it would be Cole. Clay, not Cole, but maybe I'm wrong. Kind of looks like it. And the Salazzle here. It's not Rengeki, or Ichigiki in this case. Perplex, your opponent's active Pokemon is confused, but no damage. That's bad. And then Sadistic Burn, it's going to do 90 damage for each status condition on your opponent's active Pokemon. Wow. So this is actually much, much stronger than Ninetales and Ariados sort of a status attack. The sad thing is, though, is that, well, actually, wait. Yeah, there's this Salazzle in Guardians Rising that can inflict the double status. But I guess if we use this dude, we can use like the Weeping Bell in the other set, and even like maybe the old Among Us inflict the double status, and then this guy can do 180. That's kind of cool. I mean, we're still going to be missing Ninetales' ability to pull, like the Bright Look effect, but this could be pretty good. I mean, I like using Ninetales with Salazzle and Expanded every now and then, and now it's not good, obviously. It used to be at least decent if you didn't brick. But one of the problems is the damage. Like, Ninetales is an old card. It doesn't really do that much damage even with the double status. But this guy is going to do 180. So with 180, you get the poison and the burn. That's like 30, and the Verbank City Gym makes it like 50, right? That's like 230 damage right here. And if they stick around, it's going to be even worse. So, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'll have to check because if you're going to use this, obviously you can't really use the Salazzle that does poison and burn. So, hopefully, I think Weeping Bell does that, or maybe it does confusion and poison, something like that. I hope that's not the case because we need that burn and poison to really add up the damage. Um, but hey, a Pokemon that's kind of cool, you know? It needs 2 energy though, not just 1, so I just noticed this. But I think in Expanded we should be okay because we've got Twin and DC, so it shouldn't be bad. Okay, not bad, not bad. We got Electabuzz and Electivire too. It's been a while since I've seen these guys. This guy looks pretty cool, pretty sort of menacing. Storm Punch, just 30 for 1, and you can't use it on the next turn. What are they thinking, man? I don't know what they're thinking. We got Electivire. So this guy's 140 HP. Tumbling attack, it's a coin flip. 90 if you get hits, extremely weak. And then Lightning Slam. 180, this Pokemon can't use Lightning Slam during your next turn. Whatever, it's not gonna do much. There's like other Electivires that do this sort of damage for 4 energies, I think. Pretty close. So, yeah. Got Tabu Koko V and VMAX. What the crap. They're giving this guy a lot of love, but not other Pokemon. Like, come on. Where is the fucking Regice V or something? I don't know, or like Moltres V or whatever. Like, this guy's been getting a lot of love. Like, if you think about it, it's actually, yeah, he got a V in like the first set, or a Rebo Clash, I don't remember. And they're giving him another one now, just like Victini. What the crap. So, Electro Ball, 1 for 40, that's a good attack, like Keldeo V. And then Spiral Thunder, this attack does 20 damage for 3 and then 40 more damage for each energy attached to each of your opponent's Pokemon. This is actually a very good attack. Now, it starts kind of low, 20 for 3, but obviously because that sort of plus it can get is going to be quite strong, it's going to take advantage of all of your opponent's Pokemon with energies, not just the active one. So this is what makes it quite good. So let's say they have just 3 energies on their entire field. This is 120, 140 for 3. So that's not bad. That's not bad for an attack that's going to get stronger. If they've got 4, then all of a sudden you're looking at 180 for 3. And it can get even better than that. So this is going to be a really scary Pokemon against decks that gather a lot of energies around. So it's quite good. I mean, it's got more HP than the first type of Koko V we got. I think the other one had 200. But it has 1 retreat. The other one had 3 retreat, which was quite good. Both of them, I think, are quite nice. I mean, like, if if I had to choose, I think the first one is still better because its first attack, it doesn't do 40, okay, it does 20, but it lets you draw 2 cards, and that's really nice. It can do 200 for 3, sort of instantly. This can get stronger than that, but obviously your opponent needs to have a lot of energies around. And if he doesn't, then it becomes definitely inferior. The other one has free retreat. I think the other one, the first one, might be better. And that was the case with the Victinis. Like, they did the same thing. They put another Victini V, and the other one was better. This is kind of, it has its merits over the other one. So it's not completely outclassed. But I think I still prefer the first one. But this might be good too, you know? Maybe you run like 3 and 1 or 2 and 2. Because we've got the VMAX here. I guess if you're going to make a VMAX Tabu Koko deck. So let's see what you do. I've got high hopes for you. So it looks really, I guess, bright and shiny. Really sort of lightning-like, I guess. Like there's a lot of shit going on in this artwork. It only has max shock. If you have more prize cards left than your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. 180 for 3. You gotta be losing, basically, to reap this sort of benefit. I'm not that impressed, to be honest, and, you know, its HP is alright, I guess, but it could have had, like, free retreat at least. At least give it the free retreat on the VMAX. Like, basically, you gotta be losing, that's it. You gotta have more prize cards to get the paralysis, and do you want to be in that sort of situation? Losing to get the plus? I mean, I guess you can do shit in expanded with Electro GX for as long as he's around, because I think, not I think, I'm sure eventually he's gonna get banned too. You can do stuff like that, take advantage of N, and basically take advantage of the fact that you're going to be behind and get that instant paralysis. But of course, as always, your opponent can play around it. You know, switches are very common. Guzma is an expanded too. I hoped for better, like a good, you know, discard as many lightning energies, get a one-hit knockout sort of attack. That would have been much cooler. But anyways, that's what we get. Yamper and Boltund. So this dude, Ball Search, when you play this card from your hand onto your bench, you may put a Pokeball and 1 Great Ball from your discard pile to your hand. So I thought this guy was gonna like get you an item ball every turn when I saw the Ball Search effect. So I'm like, okay, they're giving some help for the ball juggling Mr. Rhyme. But it looks like it's only when you play it down, and it has to be a Pokeball and a Great Ball. Now, admittedly, it would have been kind of broken if you could get like Surge level balls and heavy balls and shit, and quick balls and all the other great balls. Uh, great balls. Anyway, but I guess they're forcing you to use Pokeball and Great Ball. Great Ball isn't too bad. It sees some play in decks that use like 20 plus Pokemon or just big lines of Pokemon. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I've used it myself sometimes. But this might be good. I guess it's a good plus. I mean, if you get heads with Pokeball, you can search anything. So, I don't know. Interesting ability, that's for sure. At least they're giving us something we didn't really see before. And then the Boltund here does corner, defending Pokemon can retreat, 30 for 1. And competitive Spark. This Pokemon has any damage counters on it. It can use this attack for 1 lightning energy. Now that's kind of cool. So what you can do is basically slap like a rainbow energy. Then you're going to put 10 damage counters on it. 1 damage counter, what I meant to say. 10 damage, basically. And then you can do 130 for 1. Now, it is a stage 1, and this sort of damage isn't what it used to be. But is better than nothing, I suppose. We're not gonna get much better than this from what I realized. I mean, who knows? Maybe. Like, I didn't necessarily see any decks like with the Hoopa that works like the Zapdos. If it goes from the bench in the active, it can do a big chunk for just one energy. You know, that sort of deck didn't make a comeback with the Jirachis and the switches, probably because it wouldn't be that effective right now. Um, so this guy doing 130 being a stage 1, I mean, might as well use Donphan, I guess. Even that guy's probably better. But it's something. It's something, I guess. The first form is good too, like the Yamper over here. We got Galarian Slowpoke, and wow, we get a Grumpy card. What do you know? They decided to make it ugly to piss me off. Galarian Slowpoke, Excited Tail. Flip a coin if head, switch your opponent's active Pokemon with their bench Pokemon. Okay. And then Spoink. I mean, the Spoink looks pretty cool. A psychic Pokemon that I like. Headbutt Balance and Power Gem. Right? But the Grumpig, they gave it this wacky artwork. I'm usually not a fan of artwork like this. Anyway. What do? You got a useless Power Gem attack, so I can see that immediately. 120 for 3. So, fuck. And then Dazzle Dance, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. And it needs 2. It's not even 1 for 30. It's 2. So, more filler. Thank you. Thank you, the Pokemon Company. Exactly what I needed. Chimecho. Chimecho. Minor errand running, search your deck for a basic energy, reveal it, and put it into your hand. It would have killed them to let you grab like 3 or 2, since energy search is even around now. And Gentle Tone, Auto Sleep with 1 for 20. Esper and Meowstick. Nothing. And you. Ear move. Once per turn, you may move 1 damage counter from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, good ability. It's only once per turn, but this is a good effect. So, essentially, I'm trying to remember which other Pokemon from the past used to do this, or at least did something similar. I don't remember, but yeah, it was a long time ago, that's why. I'm thinking like Gen 4, Gen 3. But anyway, this is a good attack. You move 1 damage counter from one of your Pokemon to your opponent's Pokemon. I think maybe like a Gengar or actually, yeah, Benetti did this. It had to be active though. Benetti GX that we got, right? Damage counter from one of your Pokemon to... Okay, so this is cool that it works from the bench. I wish Benetti worked like that too. His attack is nothing. The HP is bad. It's just a stage 1. So what are people going to do with this is, I guess they're going to... You can use this like with a tank Pokemon and get like almost a little bit of healing every turn, and it also turns into extra damage too. So that's cool. I gotta admit that's kind of nice. Now, I mean, I'm trying to think if there's any other good interaction you can do with it. It's not like you move your own damage counters or your opponents. It's basically 1 from you to him to them. It's good. It's only once per turn, but it's going to work from the bench. I hope the translation is right, and it's going to work from the bench. It might be something to try out with a bunch of Pokemon. I will have to keep it in mind. But yeah, that's all it does. There's really nothing to it. So let's not stick around any longer. Mimikyu V. Dummy Doll. You know what, actually, this is going to be quite good. Probably with Sableye. It's going to be very good with Sableye V. That's something to think about too. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of partners this Pokemon can be good with, for sure. It's a good ability, 100%. Let's look at Mimikyu V now. Have a bad feeling about its ability. Dummy Doll. When you play this card from your hand onto your bench until the end of your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, so it's nothing special. I thought it was going to be like a Clefairy effect or some shit like that. But I guess maybe it can be actually. So when you play from the hand onto the bench until the end of your opponent's next turn. Fuck, that's kind of nasty actually. Yeah, it is that Clefairy effect. So what this dude is going to be, I guess, is going to play it down on the bench. And he's basically immune to damage. And then what you're going to do is you're going to switch, put it in the active position, and I guess it's going to be like a wall there. So yeah, if you just hit and switch, you play this down and then you hit and switch that turn, move him out of the way. It basically acts like another damage negation, dull decoy card. And that sucks. I mean, I guess the good news is that after they do this, then it's going to sit on the bench. It only has 160 HP. So then if they pull it after that turn, your opponent can get a bunch of prizes from it. But this can be a sort of nasty ability. But I guess they balanced it out. It's 160 HP. Is going to give 2 prizes. It's got that weakness to darkness, I guess. Its attack, Envious Stare. Put 3 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon for each prize card your opponent has taken. So it's actually a good attack too. So if they took like 3 prizes, you can do 90 damage on the active Pokemon. Not bad, not bad. This sort of dummy doll, I'm not a fan of abilities like that, effects like that, because they're pretty nasty. But I can't deny that it's good. I can't deny that. Mankey and Primeape. These guys are eternally bad, so let's see if they're gonna make the exception. Looks like they're Ichigeki, so they've got that. And let's look at Primeape. You discard any stadium card in play with Field Crush and then Frenzy, Bomb. This attack does 50 damage for each of your bench Pokemon with any damage counters on them. So, yeah, pretty simple. You're going to need a bunch of hurt dudes. I mean, maybe there's a way they're going to make this work, I guess, with this dude. We'll see. Looks kind of cool, though. I kind of hope he's good, because he looks cool. Primeape is a cool fighting Pokemon. I got Gligar and Gliscor. That made them look sort of dorky. Nothing to you. What about Gliscor? Acrobatics, flip 2 coins, 40 for each heads. The other attack doesn't matter. You got Roly-Coly, Carkol, and Coastal again. This one has 70 HP. I don't remember. Did the other one have 70 or 60? Like the first one. I think it's got a better attack too. Reckless Charge is 30. You're going to do 10 to yourself, but at least you do 30. Carkol. I think this guy doesn't matter. The other one also had 100 HP. Alright, and then what about the Coastal here? It's not an Ichigeki, surprisingly. I thought it would be, but I guess the other ones would have been too, like the other pre-evolutions. So, 180 HP, that's nice. Qual Cannon, flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. It's going to do 90 damage for each head, so obvious synergy, I guess, with his other cousin, and energy acceleration in general. Now, I guess what you can do since it works with any energy, it doesn't say they gotta be fighting or fire. You could use this, hope to use it actually, because you're gonna need a lot of hope, luck, and essentially a miracle. But you could use it with the Cherrim in the other set, because, I mean, that guy won't be able to attach energies on special Pokemon, so you gotta use regular Pokemon. So I suppose if you put like 4 or 5 energies on this dude with a Cherrim, then on average you're gonna flip like 2 or 3 heads or whatever. You can do like 180, 270 damage. That's gonna be pretty hot. So it does have potential, but it needs a lot of stuff to work, of course. I mean, expanded, there's like the Victinis too. I don't remember if we have anything in standard that does something similar to Victini. I think we might, but I could be wrong. Um, okay, and then the second attack, it's 200 for 4, and then does 50 damage to itself. Fuck. Couldn't they have made it do like 220 and then you do like 30 damage to yourself? That would have been better. It would have still been shit, but a bit better. But I guess not. Wild Tackle, I don't see this card being very good. This attack being very good. Cold Cannon is good though. That has uses. Anyway. I mean, do keep in mind though, don't get your hopes up. Remember, you know, besides Arceus that definitely kills off all regular Pokemon now, you know, tactics of regular Pokemon aren't good in general. Like they haven't been for years. You get an exception here and there, but it just takes too much effort. They don't have enough HP. You know, it's too much. They've got too much against them. So even though this Cold Cannon attack, it has potential, and I said you can use it with Cherrim. Cherrim is a stage 1, this guy's a stage 2. So how are you going to make this work consistently? Stonejourner. This is an Ichigiki Pokemon. Lands Pulse if there's any stadium. This attack does 60, I guess, for 2. Not the greatest. And then Giga Hammer. 120, this Pokemon can't use Giga Hammer next turn. Whatever, it's alright, but should have been doing like 130 or 140 at this point. But what the hell do I know? And then there's the mascot himself, or I don't know if what the gender. I think it can be any gender since it's supposed to be like a legendary in Sword and Shield. Maybe it's just male, maybe it's no gender, whatever. I mean, who cares? But it's the mascot dude, like the Urshifu in this set, like the Rapid Strike one. And this guy, it's got 220 HP. I think it's the same stats with the other one. Laser Focus, search your deck for up to 2 fighting energy cards and attach them to this Pokemon. Okay, I guess. Okay. And then Impact Blow, 180 for 3. You won't be able to do this next turn. Okay. It's all up to the VMAX. It also has 330 HP, like the other one. It does Beat Down, 100 for 3. Kind of bad, but you can put like a triple acceleration and do this, I guess. And the G Max 1 Blow. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. This attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's quite a costly attack. 4 energy, and you gotta discard all energy. I mean, I think I like the other one, the one from the previous set, better, because it's a snipe. I mean, that also has its drawbacks, but it costs 3 energy. This costs 4, and you're just getting 30 damage extra. It's going to be in the active Pokemon, and it's going to ignore effects. That's actually a very good effect. So, you're going to ignore effects. You're going to do a big chunk, 270. But you got to discard everything, too. So, I think that's pushing it a bit. It should have been maybe you discard 2 energies. I mean, this is a VMAX after all. So, yeah, these attacks, this guy and the other dude, they're kind of hard to use. They have big costs. I'm guessing this guy's gonna have like a special energy for his own ass too, like the Rapid Strike dudes got. But I don't know. I mean, it remains to be seen if these cards are gonna be good. Like, if they're gonna be better than Arceus Zacian, essentially. Um, it just doesn't seem like they're that broken. But I might be wrong. I guess we'll see. I mean, I guess one good thing that it can do is, I guess if you slap like a tool that boosts damage or some shit, you can boost the damage, and if you make it like 280 and higher, it can one-shot Arceus. But I mean, by the time you can do that, Arceus would have probably used the GX attack. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I guess we'll have to look at the other dudes. Like, at least the Rapid Strike guys, they've got like Artillery, which is a freaking insane searcher. It searches any card with Rapid Strike. And they've got supporters too, like Corina they can search. So they've got some of that shit going for them. These guys, I need to see more of them. We got this Crobat line too, which I saw like months ago on Poke Beach when it was revealed, and it really pissed me off. I guess set the tone, I guess, for this set review. You got this cute little Yarn Zubat. That's nice. They gave it shit HP, but they always do that. But then Golbat and Crobat are terrible. This guy has Stealthy Draw, so when you evolve it from your Zubat, you may draw 2 cards. That's okay. I mean, it's a stage 1. And Air Slash 50 and then discard energy from this Pokemon, so that's a shit attack. But for a stage 1, the ability isn't bad. Is a good ability for a stage 1 that can still evolve. 80 HP is bad. Doesn't have to retreat, but whatever. What fucks everything up, though, as usual, is the Crobat, which they still insist on giving it like 130 HP with free retreat, which they've been doing basically since Phantom Forces. Like, basically since fucking the Prime days, actually. Like, Crobat Prime had 130 HP free retreat. We're like fucking 11 years, 12 years. No, it was, yeah, just 11 years, not 12 years. 11 years later, we get the same stats on these fucking Crobats. And in many ways, they're worse than Crobat Prime. So this dude has Wealthy Draw. So when you play this to evolve the Golbat, you're going to draw an additional 3 cards. That's good. But if you consider like this, like Beware, and other like stage 1s like Manectric, and some other dudes that when you evolve you draw 3 cards, you think to yourself, what the fuck is this sort of effect on a stage 2? Like, how is this better than stage 1s with that effect? That aren't seen a lot of play, any play really, anywhere. They give it this ass attack, wing attack, 100 for 2. I don't give a fuck that you can slap a twin and do this for 1. It's still weak. HP is weak. No resistance. It's just extremely underwhelming, extremely bland, and is not gonna do fucking much. Now, because it's dark, I guess maybe people might decide to try this in Eternatus and be like, hey, you know what? Instead of other filler darkness Pokemon, I'm gonna put in the Golbats and the Crobats. And then you've got like a true Crobat Eternatus deck with this and the Crobat Vs. And then you can draw cards for days and fill the bench with darkness Pokemon. Okay, it's going to be able to be used with that, but it shouldn't just have utility with Eternatus in my eyes. It should be like a decent stage 2 in general. But of course, they don't do this. They don't fucking do this. Galarian Slowbro, Jump, Poison. Both active Pokemon are poison. Bullshit. Hysterical Hammer. If this Pokemon has a special condition, it does 200 for 3. Okay, so I guess they combine it with the first attack. This makes it a bit stronger, but if you're going to poison yourself, deplete your own HP, he only has 130. I mean, he's going to die in one shot anyway. You can do 200, but it takes 3 energies. By the time you power it up, you get an attack off, then he's dead. Are you going to have the other one ready? In expanded, I guess we can use Dark Patch, Twins, and DCs. And then maybe you got like a stage 1 slow bro deck, but all I can do is sigh. I mean, I guess considering I've seen so many worse Pokemon, it's not that bad. But you gotta poison, or you gotta put a special condition on your own self, and if you're gonna rely on use the jump poison attack first and then try and do hysterical hammer, you're always gonna be knocked out. So yeah, maybe I praised it a bit too much. It's gonna be hard. Whatever, I guess you can use a Riados and expand it. Anyway, we got a Markrow and Honchkrow line here. Markrow can look at your opponent's hand with Spy. Can do Peck. One retreat, okay. Honchkrow. Insomnia, this Pokemon cannot be asleep, and Voltage Dive. 80 for 3 if your opponent's active Pokemon has a special energy attached. It's gonna do 160 for 3. So, you know, special energy, an anti-meta Pokemon, you could say. But it honestly isn't as impressive as some other similar Pokemon that used to do this like 1 or 2 generations ago. Like, it needs to do a lot better. A 160. But this is what we get. Houndoom and Houndoom. These guys are a Chigi. Single strike dudes. Looks like this guy is carrying stones. Dude, can you really carry stones? Clenching the rope on your teeth. Alright, alright. I guess I'm underestimating Houndour here. There's basically a lump of rock, right? Yeah. Okay. Alright. And Houndoom. Single strike. So maybe this guy's gonna be the searcher for the single. Okay, so single strike roar. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a single strike energy card and attach it to one of your single strike Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. If you attach the energy to a Pokemon in this way, wait, what? Ah. It doesn't just search it, it instantly attaches it. Okay. Okay, that's good. It has to be a single strike energy card. So I guess if they're probably only going to get like 1 special energy, like the other guys. You only have 4 cards to search, so I mean, it's energy acceleration, and that's good, but you're also going to put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. I think Octillery was better though. And the reason why I say this is because you can search Pokemon, you can search trainers. It's more reliable. You have more targets. I don't think they're going to print more than 1, or maybe there's like 2 special energies these guys are going to get. I don't know. But I doubt it's going to be that many targets. If they only get 1 special energy, like the single strike energy, that's 4 cards right there. It should have been like you can grab basic energies and attach them to the single strike dudes. And if it's only going to be on single strike dudes, then it's pretty balanced. And it's a stage 1, so I think it's a missed opportunity. I think Octillery is better. Now, actually, when I think about it, I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure, like, for Team Magma and Team Aqua, like in Gen 3, they had like an Octillery searcher, and Team Magma had like a Houndoom searcher, but I could be completely wrong. Maybe it was Manectric, maybe it was other Pokemon, like Claydol. I don't remember, I could be wrong, but I think might be correct on this. So that's a cool little trivia they did here. But I think I would say Octillery is the better searcher for that archetype, even though this Houndoom is cooler. Of course, Houndoom is a cooler Pokemon than Octillery. So it's a bit of a missed opportunity, but I guess we'll see. Let's see what else they get. Tyranidar V. This is Ichigeki 2. So I'm guessing this is going to be like the Empoleon V counterpart for these guys. It's got a massive 230 HP for a basic. Okay. Cragalanche, discard the 2 top cards of your opponent's deck, but it just does a pitiful 60 for 3. I mean, the double deck discard is kind of strong, but I wish it just did like 80 or at least 70 damage, damn it. Anyway. And then the single strike crush, 240 for 4. That's actually quite strong. But you discard the top 4 cards of your own deck. Now, you know what? The deck discard, obviously, it's bad. It's massive. But it's whatever. If you're going to get one hit knockouts, I think you're going to take the chance. And this guy can do it with 240. Now, combine this with, I guess, Houndoom in this set. And if you use this in Expand, you can use like Dark Patch. You can use like the Turbo Patch in Standard. If you can quickly power up this dude, 240 gets one hit knockouts. So, yeah, might be something. Like if you try and use this with Arceus too, Arceus Dialga you're at 270. And you can even get some tag team GX knockouts. So this guy might be good, because I mean it isn't like there's that much of a difference between Zacian's attack that does 230. Plus this one costs more. You discard cards from your deck, and you can't use, like, you gotta use the Dark Patches in Expanded. Metal Sorcerer Zacian can use that in Standard. So Zacian is obviously still better, just for 10 extra damage. And you can easily switch around. So Zacian is probably better, but I guess if people can't get Zacian, you might want to try this, I guess. Use this with Arceus and do shit. I don't know. Different weakness. I guess this guy's weak to grass. Slightly more HP. Worse retreat. I mean, whatever. It doesn't get a VMAX, it looks like. Got more Peko. Food Snatch. Put an item card from your discard pile into your hand. So, as usual, what they always fucking do, they banned Sableye, then they print this dude. I believe there was like a Delmice that had this sort of thing. It hasn't caught on yet, so maybe one item card isn't enough for these guys to be good. I hope I'm right, but I think maybe Delmice, you needed to grab like a tool. I'm not sure. I think it was any item. This is kind of annoying, and Hungry Tackle, it says Hungry here with an A. I don't know. If you have no cards in your hand, this attack does 90 more damage. So that's 110 for 1. So I guess it can be a bit offensive too. It has that option. Ichigeki Molly. Looks nice, I would say. Powerful grip, flip a coin if heads, paralysis. And this attack, the other attack is 3, force through, 100 for 3. This attack damage is unaffected by weakness, resistance, and any effects. So I'm glad that it ignores effects and resistance, but I always hate it when they do the weakness. It's not like it does that much damage too. But I guess this is going to be a way, if you use the Chigeki, like Urshifu deck, you put this in and then you use this against this Eye, if any people still want to use it. It's got the resistance, the grass resistance. It can hit fucking this Eye with this attack. And that's all you gotta ask for, really. Bronzong and Bronzor. Man, how many fucking times are gonna recycle this artwork? They put him like in flowers, like the background, like it's a meadow or something, but anyway. And then you got This Bronzong with Metal Trance. As often as you like, you may move on metal energy attached from your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. Very, very, very good. So, I guess it's kind of like how I suspected. It's this sort of move energies around ability. We've seen it a lot of times. It's always a very, very good ability. In a way, I kind of wished Cherrim did this as well with grass, as opposed to energy acceleration. Just move the grass energies around. But this is quite good. I mean, it's gonna make Zacian even more broken now. It's got that option too. Metal Pokemon in general, like Aegislash, other metal Pokemon. Like, I'm looking forward to trying this out in Expanded too, but obviously, you guys should know how broken this is. The combos you can always do with the Max Potion in Expanded, use of various different attackers, maybe scoop them up too, you know. It just gives you a lot of options. It's always a very, very good ability. And we can do this with metal now. So this, I guess, is gonna... I mean, the Clink Clang did not see play for eons, because it's just Stage 2. But this is basically going to be the new version of that. As Stage 1, it completely outclasses it. They almost have the same HP too. I'm pretty sure that guy didn't have great HP. This guy has 110 and is a Stage 1. So very, very nice. Very, very cool. Very happy about this Pokemon. It's going to be very interesting. I mean, at this point, I don't think they have a lot of ideas. Eventually, like in Expanded, every freaking type is probably going to have a Pokemon that can give energy acceleration to that type and move those energies around too. But it's very, very nice. It's very nice. It's a regular Pokemon too, so that's cool. Excellent. Very, very pleased. This sort of artwork is kind of wacky, but we can live with it. So this probably is my favorite card so far from this set and the one I reviewed yesterday, like the Rapid Strike one. We got another Aegislash line. They keep printing those dudes out too, and they're not making them that good. Doublade. Heads, discarding energy, and then Aegislash. Stance change. Once during your turn before you attack, you may switch this Pokemon with an Aegislash in your hand. They did this like just in the first set. They printed these dudes like an X and Y, and we saw how good that went. So now I guess there's more Aegislash cards you can swap between. But I don't see this being that great. Full Metal Blade. 210, and you gotta discard 2 metal energies. It's a bit respectable, but it's a Stage 2, so I don't know. Is there any other Aegislash here? Okay, yeah, there's another one, the defense one, I guess. Stance change, so basically exactly the same. They're doing the X and Y shit with these guys again. Gigant Bash during your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage under this Pokemon by attacks from Pokemon VMAX. Right, so if I remember correctly, the defense sort of, the shield Aegislash in X and Y did something like this too. It prevented damage from EX Pokemon, I think. Or maybe it was Mega Evolution Pokemon. Something like that, I don't remember. So this is a similar thing. I guess you can swap between them and use the one accordingly. I don't know about, you know, using both of them, but maybe I guess if you're going to use this, you're going to have the other one. I wish it prevented damage from VVAX and Vs. Then it could have been a decent anti-meta Pokemon that's more respectable than this Eye-to-Eye maybe. Since it's an effect through an attack, not an ability, so it's harder to play around. But if it's just going to be VMAX and it just does 70, I don't have that much hope. And usually, you know, I mean, if you've been playing around, if you've been playing for a few years by now, you should know that like 90% of these cards are going to be useless, and these guys probably going to be useless too. Like, only Bronzong, I guess Molly, like the Houndoom because it's a Rengeki Pokemon. A few regular Pokemon I can confidently look and say they're good. Yeah, but I think this set is definitely much better than the Rapid Strike one. Maybe the archetype won't be as good, but it's got Bronzong, so that's what's up. Spearow. Nothing much. Spearow. Nothing much. Wow, I can't believe it. They just gave it a 1 for 70 attack and 90 HP. Yeah, that's cool. Cool on paper, but we get Donphan, and does that do much? No. Got Lickitung and Licky Licky. Tongue Slap. Hammer in. I'm pretty sure that's a beach background, okay. Same with this dude. Where is it chilling? Is it walking on water? What the fuck? Anyway. Licky Choice. Your opponent either discards the top 3 cards of their deck or chooses 3 cards from their hand and discards them. Quite nasty. Could be seeing another annoying deck with triple acceleration on this dude. Yeah. And then Pitch. Your opponent switches their active Pokemon, one of a bench Pokemon, 100 for 4. Pretty weak. Anyway. Stoutland V. Okay, so they've given this guy some love. This might be the first special Stoutland card we get, so I suppose that's something. It has Extra Fang. If your opponent's basic Pokemon is knocked out by damage, take 1 more prize card. That's good. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but if you can pair this up, like maybe use a big attack, like Wild Tackle, I guess, to do 200, and then finish something off with 40. It's going to be good. You know, the cool thing about it actually is since it's a colorless Pokemon, it can take advantage of powerful colorless energy and Porygon Z. So you can use these guys together 100%. That's very nice. It's actually a pretty nice combo. So happy about this Pokemon too. I mean, Wild Tackle, it's going to do, you're going to hit yourself for 30, but it's going to hit something for 200, I guess. It's not the greatest trade-off for 4 energy, but it should get the job done. Yeah, with powerful colorless energy, you're going to get one-hit knockouts. So this is a very promising Pokemon for that deck. Nice. Another card I really like from this set so far. So this and Bronzong. Very, very good. Got Durant too. What's up? Got Call for Family, search your deck for a basic Pokemon, put it onto the bench, bad. And then the Spiral Rush, flip a coin until you get tails, it's going to do 30 for each heads extra. Okay, whatever. Looks like it's next to a house on grass. Interesting background. It's too bad it's not that good. Okay, and then we're down to the trainers. We got Escape Rope reprint. We got the Pot of Vitality. Man, such a Yu-Gi-Oh ass name. Shuffle up to 2 single strike energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. So I guess they're getting this too for recovery. But I mean, if that was gonna be like a special energy, like we can use like the special charge anyway. So this seems kind of like a wasted item. If you could at least search it, but I haven't seen anything. Let's keep going. Camping set. Search your deck for a card, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck, then your turn ends. Wow, man. I am glad as fuck that your turn ends. Otherwise, this would have been broken. Now, normally I would say this is shit because the stall bullshit control decks can use this. But the thing is that if they want to use this, then they can't use Steven. So that's good. I think that's good design. Good job, the Pokemon Company. So they can't take advantage of both of them. So I think this should be alright, but maybe that's still going to be bad. Because that's a card they can use along with Steven in the deck. I don't know. I'm not a fan of cards like this, but it is kind of fair. And I guess we can use it too, since it's just an item. Your turn ends immediately in some setup decks. Steven rotated. It's whatever. It's whatever. I'm just going to leave it at that. You got the single strike scroll. It's a Pokemon tool, I guess, just like the other one those other dudes got. The attack it gets is Furious Rage. 10 more damage for each damage counter on the Pokemon. Yeah, not great. Just like the other dude. Experience share is back, and then we get Bruno too. Wow, might be the first Bruno supporter card, unless I'm forgetting something. So he's an Ichigeki dude. So shuffle your deck. What? Shuffle your deck into your hand. Okay, it probably means shuffle your hand into your deck. Then draw 4 cards. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, draw 7 cards instead. So this is 100% the same effect as Cynthia's Feeling, an old supporter. Most of you probably don't even know. But maybe you do. I mean, maybe you've been playing since DP. That card, Cynthia's Feeling, was a solid supporter back then when we didn't have all of the best shit around. But right now, when we have like Marnie and other more consistent supporters, this isn't that impressive. I mean, because it's an Ichigeki supporter, like once again, if these guys had a way to search it, it would have given it a lot more merit. Basically, just like Corina. Corina drawn to have 6 is not the greatest thing in the world, but it's the fact that it's searchable with artillery that makes it kind of good. These guys though, they don't have anything to search their archetype cards, so it kind of sucks. So if you can't search Bruno, he won't be that impressive. But maybe they're gonna print them out eventually. Like if I was a guessing man, they're not just gonna stop here. Like in the set after battle styles, whatever it's gonna be, they're gonna keep giving us cards to support the archetypes here. Kind of like Team Plasma. Like if I was a guessing man, maybe I'm wrong, but I think they're gonna go all out with this. They're not just gonna treat it like the Team Magma, Team Aqua shit, half-assed. So yeah. So maybe eventually they're gonna get their searcher too, like the Ichigeki dudes, single strike dudes. Anyway, it's a decent supporter. It's a decent supporter. Got Phoebe too. Very happy about this. Gen 3, some love. Yeah, yeah. So during your turn, damage done by your Pokemon VMAX isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So a very situational, specific supporter effect. I wish they gave Phoebe something cooler. But this means essentially that damage done by a Pokemon isn't affected by effects. Essentially, this makes the side eye even more useless, even less reliable than it already is. So, yeah, VMAX decks, they're gonna use this, I guess, to help against fucking this eye another wall Pokemon. It's the only use I can see, basically. Illustration by Game Freak, it says. Yeah, it's this sort of concept art they recycle over and over. Hopefully she has a cool full art, but I just wish she had a better effect, like maybe a ghost, a psychic effect, like discard a psychic Pokemon, draw 4 cards. Okay, maybe that's kind of boring. Maybe something else, like a welder for psychic dudes. I don't know, something. Okay, and then we got the Mustard single strike style. So it's this dude again. I think maybe Mustard is his name. What? How did you get here? Okay, let's try again. It's probably his name. So you can only play this card if it's the only card into your hand. Search your deck for a single strike Pokemon and put it onto the bench. Then draw 5 cards. So same effect as the other old dude for the Rengekis. But this is for the single strike. Okay, whatever. You got the Tower of Darkness. Once during your turn, each player may discard a single strike card and then draw 2 cards. So it is like Scorched Earth, sort of dump and draw. It says single strike card, so it could be anything. So that's nice. That's nice. So I guess this does give a bit of merit to Bruno, because you're gonna want to have him around. Maybe if you can't use him, you can just discard him and draw a card, so he becomes like bait. So that's nice. So these guys get a bunch of cool shit too. And then the single strike energy, wow, looks like it only gives one. Come on, man, that's not cool. This card can only be attached to single strike Pokemon. While attached to Pokemon, this card provides one darkness or a fighting. Attacks from the Pokemon deal 20 more damage. Come on, man. Yeah, okay, it gives that extra damage, and yeah, this is gonna make the VMAX Urshifu more dangerous, cause now it can definitely get some KOs, but it means it's not a double attachment, so you're gonna need a lot of energy. You're gonna need to like manual attach, use Houndoom attach through this dude. It's a bit disappointing. I have to say, it kind of is. But anyway, this is the set. I've been talking non-stop like a crazy person, so I want to stop. But my final thoughts is I like this set better than the Rapid Strike one. Rapid Strike had some cool, like the archetype for Rapid Strike, some cool ideas like the Searchers, Corina, some cool shit. The Single Strike dudes, they've got some cool shit as well. But I'm happy because we get Bronzong and Stoutland. These are Pokemon that I really like from this set. Um, we get Phoebe, which, I mean, Cheryl had a better effect, a broken effect, but they gave her some better love compared to Phoebe. I wish Phoebe had a better effect. Anything else? I mean, there's a bunch of Meowstic. Okay, that's a cool card too. That's a good card. I like too. The Tapu Kokos, they're kind of nice, and Emboar, I guess, can improve the damage. Flapple was kind of ass. Fuck Durant. What else was there? The Corsair, that might have potential, so that's a decent, at least stage 2. I didn't see anything that Primeape can really use to shine. Bench Pokemon with damage counters on them. Can't really think of any combo they printed here. Mimikyu is probably going to be a shit card in a good way. I mean, like an annoying card. Crobat, I guess it can be used with Eternatus. So there's a lot of annoying things about this set for me here, but I think it has a lot better cards in general than the Rapid Strike one. So in a way, they redeemed themselves a little bit. If anything, I'm looking forward to Bronzong. Okay, so this is the set, guys. It's going to be the first part or second part of the Battle Styles set that we're going to get. So this should be interesting, at least, with these new archetype sort of cards. Could make things a bit different, at the very least. So we'll see what happens, if they're going to be able to do anything against Zacius, against Zacian Arceus. I don't think so, but maybe eventually, because eventually Arceus is going to rotate out, and then Zacian, he won't be as good as on his own. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. Saber94, we'll say.